Another type of waste falling under the whole category is waiting. Here we might have the case of waiting for materials required, for example, in a manufacturing process, or in the case of a business process, waiting for some input data, either from the customer or one resource is waiting for data from another resource. Or we might have the case of a task ready to be executed, all the data for executing that task being available, but the resource that is able to perform the task or that is responsible to perform this task not being available at that particular point, perhaps because said resource is busy with other cases at that particular point in time. From the perspective of the process instance where this task is being executed, this waiting for the resource is considered to be potential waste in the Toyota system. The third type of waiting is the opposite. It's not the task waiting for the resource, but rather the resource waiting for the task. And that's also called resource idleness. Let's take, for example, the vehicle inspection process, where we have the vehicles going through different bases in the inspection station. At some point in time, it might be that there is a technician at a base of the station waiting for the next car, having processed one car and waiting for the next car because the next car, for example, is stuck in the previous base. This is a form of resource idleness. We have a technician waiting for work, a resource waiting for work. Consider now the case of the travel requisition approval process, where there is a travel requisition request that has been made and that has gone through one approval, and now a second approval is required. This is a task, but the person responsible for that approval is not available at that point in time. This will fall under the category of a waiting waste. Now consider the example of the university admission process, where we receive applications, we check for completeness, and some applications are incomplete. Therefore, an email is sent to the student and additional input is required. That waiting for additional input from the student will be considered to be waste, as is the case where we batch applications for assessment by an admissions committee, but the applications at some point in time are waiting for the admissions committee to meet in order to assess those applications. We have a case of a task, assess applications, waiting for the corresponding resource to perform it.